because my winning ones, I never know they're coming until they're there because I'm in a constant state of executing, right? And then that's just the result of the execution. But it's like even the results, they start not in the execution phase, but the prep phase. And it's like I've done the account flip so many times. I have so many students that have also done the account flips. Like I had two truck drivers last year, both in different states, both in different ethnicities, and both just different people. One's in the north, one's in the south. But this person did 300 to 300,000 in a few days. Maybe not consistently, but that's $300,000. And then this person did like 200 to like 250K in a few days. And then I taught someone, Oscar, he's in Flower Mound. I used to work with his cousin. I met his cousin when I was serving tables. His cousin never learned how to trade for me, but he came to learn how to trade for me. And he's the one that did the 500 to like 120,000 in like 4 months. So I'm just like, the strategy is one thing. It's just the season we're in, but it's like even going through like the tribulations of trading and the struggles, it's just like people gotta understand like I don't have a job. There is no other plan other than this is what works. So then it's like I'll just do it with lesser size accounts, and that's probably why I got so good at the smaller accounts into the larger amounts. But it's still that phase of execution that matters the most. And if I'm always changing up my execution, if something goes wrong, then it's like I never have a constant variable to the equation to compare anything to. And my approach is if I made my first million in 2019, then I all I do is sharpen that edge every single time. And then over the years, as I've sharpened the edge, even between now and 2024, this is my sharpest edge. And then it's just like this season is my worst season. Now, I could blame it on my mom's situation and stuff like that, but I don't even think it's the case. I just think it's just a timing thing, is what I look at it as. And that's what keeps me going because it really is that like you got to be a great loser in order to be a great winner because all your knowledge is going to come from the losers. I'm going to figure out why I lost. Okay, I didn't lose because I suck. I lost because this is manipulation. All right, I lost here because I probably should have caught that we was making lower lows and lower highs. Maybe I did see that lower high forming, but I was in la la land thinking, hoping it's just going to go up from this level and it decided it wanted to fall. But technically, I should have caught it because it's what London session in London session is a typical pullback session. But my job in London session is not if I'm a buyer to buy Londons. It's really to wait for the pullback or decide if I want to take profit. But if I take profit, I'm gonna mess up the compound. So it's always a constant state of self analyzing. And then by the time the profits get there, I'm just as surprised as everyone else. I'm like, wow, that was amazing. I can't believe we made it this far. But then it's like the losses on a small account is nothing compared to like last year I did that 100K account flip. There was a time during that account flip, the account dropped in like a matter of seconds from 45,000 to like 15,000 because of a lot size that I added to actually push it to that 75K for the final 3 days. And it's just like if people can't handle $100 account blown or $1,000 account blown, because I do that, that shit suck. That shit don't make sense to me. But it's like I have to look beyond that. I have to look at the glass being empty because, like I said, my life is nothing like what it used to be. So I gotta be grateful. I have no other choice. But then it's like but even back then, I was grateful in the trials and tribulations and still getting knowledge because I was getting evicted from apartments. I was getting cars repossessed. And then here I am right now. It's like I don't remember the process of the losses back then because I'm so far. But then this is just a reminder for me and the world so that I can articulate it to people because I've come even far. I never thought I'm an introvert. I never thought I'd be on social media talking, but honestly, talking on social media compared to talking to people in my actual life that see me day to day is a little easier because sometimes I say stuff and it's awkward, because it's just like different situations and it's easier to face the world and people have to see every day that's going to have questions every single day.
Introverts have very awkward senses of humor and ways of perceiving things, and we tend to laugh at our jokes first. Not everybody gets that. When you've reached a certain place of self-love, you really don't care if people don't vibe with you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, your vibe attracts your tribe, but you're cool. If you love yourself enough, you're just fine vibing alone until those people come.
Because it's almost
So
like
you
it takes you off the path of purpose and anyway if you are in the wrong place with the wrong people, if that makes sense, because it's like everything if everything's not aligned, then it's like all right, now I'm stuck in Kansas when I'm supposed to be in New York because I wanted to drop this person off because they didn't have a car. I felt bad. Now I added another 5 days to my trip. This person relaxed and cool. They don't care that I'm adding another 5 days to my trip, but as long as it helps them, it's okay. The help has to come like both ways. But it's like yeah, it's I don't know. It's like I want you have to be able to help beyond that and the person I am, the knowledge I give. Like there's some stuff that I could gatekeep because I don't edit any of my YouTube videos, but I just feel like I'm time. I got my time back and I'm not gonna spend it on things that is not necessary. And it's just like why not have the raw edits of trading, the losses and the wins. And over the period of 8, 9 years, it's like I really haven't had no string of losses like this. So then this is the most important to see, I feel like, for everyone because when I'm winning, I'm definitely gonna refer back to, hey, you remember when I blew that $1,000 account, guys? Hey, you remember when I lost for like 5 months straight for whatever fucking reason? Technically, I had that going on in my mind, but that's not the reason why. It's like it's deeper than that. Now my dogs are howling crazy. You still hear me?
Yep, and I totally get that. At the end of the day, it gives you a very thick skin. That's one thing I'll always be thankful with my business for that it gave me a thick skin because I've definitely experienced some high highs and very low lows. But at the end of the day, I think what was I going to say? I think so many people are just dopamine addicts. Can you hear
My
me?
bad, my dogs are going crazy.
No, that's fine. I think many people are just and nowadays are just such dopamine addicts because you have so many things vying for your attention. This new
Yes.
MLM, this new method of training,
Yes. And
and
it
blah blah
takes a
blah. And
while to
that's
get out of that kind of that temperament because even then
mhm,
my wants to be successful were so great to where I just naturally I didn't stop watching cable TV because I didn't like it. I stopped it because I needed to stop paying $200 a month for cable to be able to put more in the market. And or I needed to
mhm,
stop paying a $200 phone bill and go down to Boost Mobile or Metro PCS and get a $50 phone bill so I can also put that in the market. It's just like my future was greater to me than my present, and it all worked out. So that's exactly what you said. It's
exactly.
it's like self-training.
Sometimes evolving is just merely stripping away. A
Yes,
lot of people think that evolving is becoming, but in reality, it's just stripping away the layers that impede your flexibility. Kind of like,
exactly.
wearing too many layers of clothes, thinking that it's conducive towards our growth, and you really are not flexible wearing many layers of clothes. And then when you take them off, you're like, okay, I can actually move my limbs now.
Exactly. I was listening to a word last night because I was pissed earlier in the day, and then I don't know. I take everything to God now lately, but yeah, I feel like it's easier for me because it's just like I said, it's easier to talk to the people I don't know in the world or God than people I see day to day because eventually I'm gonna have to tweak, and I don't want to tweak because you're important to me, and I know I'm gonna tweak eventually, so I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna put that in your hands because people are flawed, but at the end of the day, it's like it is like a stripping season is basically what they were saying in the word. Same thing you said. I was like, dang, deja vu. I was just listening to this last night. And you do have to strip away. It's like not a matter of reinventing the wheel, but a matter of just spinning it the best. And if I understand, like, why is it that no one's ever told me, especially like when I before learning how to trade, and then even having a circle of profitable trader friends, no one says that the ascending flags or a signal that is getting ready to sell off, depending on the time frame, and a descending flag is going to be a reason to potentially buy depending on the time frame, and all the different characteristics that line up. Why has no one ever articulated that to me? But it's like maybe that's not how far they went into the depths of knowing, because to me now it's common sense. Like before the pop comes, it's always going to be a descending wedge. And it doesn't matter the time frame the descending wedge comes, it's always going to lead to a buy. So even if you see that descending wedge on the 1 minute chart, this descending wedge here still leads to the buy. So it's just like it makes it even simpler, but then it's just like it's a time for everything, and then what's meant for you is meant for you. So maybe they didn't understand themselves, and they still like people take big losses in the markets. Like I've seen friends take like $50,000 losses in one go, and then it's like it's almost like we lose our identity because that's how I feel but I'm trading in front of the world with smaller accounts, but it's almost like a loss of identity for a second. But I got a strong mind, but it's like I have to, but even in trading, I've learned to regain myself, but that's like, what's your bounce back? What's your resiliency level? So if someone's resiliency level is lesser than mine, then it's not going to be a comfortable situation for them, but it wasn't a comfortable situation for me either to get to this point. But it's like I didn't see, and even before I was getting the results that I have, my friends were getting results, and I had my own set of results, but their results were so outstanding. I'm like, how do I tweak mine like this? So if someone tells me, my friend that made the 300 million, and I'm like, what makes you so sure that it's gonna go this direction for this long? And then he tells me, and then it works out for him, and then I start copying that process of just why you're swing trading that long, what's your conviction behind it. I see what your conviction is behind it, and then I pop out with $30 to 9,000, $15 to 10,000. Extravagant stuff, $50 to 5,000. Maybe not in this season, but multiple times throughout the year. And I trade most weeks, almost every day. It's like, to me, the results are so good. The bad days don't matter because you're not going, once the compound begins, it's kind of hard to break the compound. It's like a penny compounded is more than what you'll get in one lump sum every day. And my friend that missed the trade with me last year, it's like that was a $100,000 trade in 5 days. It was $75,000 trade in 3 days because he missed his execution and stepped away from the execution, stepped away from his habits for 1 to 2 days. He missed out on 100,000. And now it's like you can't judge anybody, but it's like he definitely ain't, I think he like working at Walmart or something. It's like he can't get that confidence back because he keeps changing his habits. He keeps changing his trading style compared to what is easier in that season. But what I've mastered is trading the same every day. But it's just like working out. You work out every day. It's like people tell you to take rest days, and even before I started working out, I used to think, yeah, I need a rest day on Sunday. I don't there's rest days, but it's like you're working out different body parts. So it's like technically that body part on certain days is resting to me. But it's like the consistency behind this market. Time in the market and time in the market both have their advantages, but if you can master both, that's where the money is. I'm looking at my friends holding, say, 20 lots, and they're making $95,000 trades in 3 weeks. And back then, I'm like, how did you hold that for 3 weeks? Because I was more of an intraday trader with a swing outlook because I didn't understand